Hello and welcome to the Dragon and Bear Show! Not like what he said last week, the dumbass. I'm looking at you, Alex. Sorry. I'm looking at you there, but in editing, there.
And you're there.
But no, there. It's confusing! But yeah, we're carrying on this little Pokemon review marathon we're doing each week. And this week, we're looking at Pokemon the Movie 3.
The disappointment of them all.
Spell of the Unknown.
Yeah.
It's not like we just mentioned the name of it like 5 minutes ago and I've already forgotten what it is because this movie is not good.
It's a forgettable one.
It's not shit, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I remember. But
yeah, same. I watched it again. I was like, it's not as bad as obviously when we was talking about it before, but now I'm just like, it's still not good.
No.
It's still not like... I will say it probably is the worst of the Pokemon movies. I could change my mind watching through some of the ones because I can't remember some of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about some of them, and I'm thinking, is there any worse ones? I'm not too sure.
We'll see when we actually go through them. But yeah, Pokemon the Movie 3 was released in Japan in 2000, but it wasn't released until 2001 in the UK.
Because, just keep releasing Pokemon movies in 2000.
Exactly, and it, was the last... I think it was about 3 years before the next one came out. But as you said...
Pokemon Forever, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2004. It said in the UK. I think it was 2001 in Japan. But as you said before recording, this is obviously the last Warner Brothers obviously distributed internationally Pokemon movie.
Until Detective Pikachu.
Because obviously Miramax, company that was owned by Disney, took over.
So you could say Disney own a bit of Pokemon.
Essentially.
They own two mouses.
So yeah, let's just get straight into this so we can get this done and done, because fuck this film at times. I want to start off, Alex, by just saying this movie points out that kids are the worst.
But yeah, it shows how an entitled kid can become an entitled kid.
Exactly, because she can be quite a bitch for the fact that she kidnaps Ash's mom.
Yep, and throws a temper tantrum.
Exactly.
Like, what? So what? Her father just died. Oh well.
Well, he's not technically dead. He's just disappeared.
Well, he's dead in the film technically until he gets brought back because of the unknown. But potato.
Right. But yeah, another thing I want to point out before obviously we get into the actual groove of it, I love how the fact that Raikou got a better TV movie than Entei did in terms of theatrical released movie. Because the Legend of Raikou is a lot better than this.
Yeah,
I'm not being biased because Typhlosion's in it, but to be fair, Cyndaquil is in this movie. My one plus point. My boy Cyndaquil's in it. And Totodile going, "Die, die, die!"
My boy Teddy S is in it, but then disappears into dust.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel too good, Mr. Stark.
We'll get past some of the early points straight away. Obviously, animation's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Nothing new there, so we'll hurry on.
They had a pretty good intro part, with the music and the battle. It was better than the first movie.
Yeah, obviously, I did like the fact they brought back the Pokemon battle intro. Obviously, again, that's probably to be fair, that's probably the movie's best moment.
Yeah, it basically just shows what the Pokemon is about, at the very beginning, in my opinion. Because they're having fun, but they're also battling. Because
yeah, unlike the first movie, you can actually hear a lot of the dialogue from the characters. Obviously, the music's not overpowering it, is it?
No, not just I can't remember what it was.
What, in this one? The music?
Yeah. No. The Pokemon Johto Journeys music is so good. I love the theme. So yeah.
See, that's what I mean. I like the fact that obviously they've reused the battle thing, but obviously, as I say, they've altered it enough to get away with it. So it's not, as I say, it's not just you can see them moving their mouths and you can't hear them yelling. But this time you can obviously actually hear them yelling. The Pokemon actually saying stuff. So it's a nice change from the first one. And and obviously brings you back to that first one, and this goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
We're not biased against this movie, not at all.
No.
I will say though, Brock's back.
Yeah, Brock's the ladies' man.
That's a strong point. Brock's back. It instantly tries to get off of a bird. As soon as he's on the screen, he's like, "Hey, you want to be my girlfriend?"
Do you have a boyfriend?
So I'll give him that.
Brock, my man.
Obviously, there's a lot more than fucking obviously whatever his fucking name was last time. I've already forgot his name. Tracy, was it?
Tracy.
Tracy
sketchy.
Brock actually fucking battles in this. Though it's a fucking bullshit battle. I will say that.
Oh yeah, full max IVs, full EV bread. What is it, James?
Exactly. It's a BS battle, but at least he actually does something, and it's nice to actually see him battle. So I'll give him that. And
like, I've been watching someone on YouTube who's been going through like all the Pokemon anime, like once a week, and you hardly see Brock battle during it. And it's very surprising when he does.
So it's nice,
quite refreshing.
Yeah, but I think one of the obviously because you say it's very rare in the anime you see him battle. I think the Pokemon Chronicles. I think there is an episode where he does battle, but I mean it's nice to actually see him on the big screen fight. Even though as we say it's a BS battle for the fact that she just cheats the entire time by fucking max IP in every fucking Pokemon. Yep. Oh look, I got was it what's one for Onyx? Fanfi.
Yeah, Fanfi.
And it's like Onyx just gets blasted with one hit. And it's like, okay, BS.
Okay, I guess that's happening now.
And obviously, I did like the soundtrack. I will say that's another good point. The music in this is nice again. It's a enjoyable soundtrack. So I'll give them that. Though obviously I think I do prefer the previous two movies' soundtracks. I do still think this has its own little beat, and again it's one of its gooder points. But obviously you complained about the voice acting from some of the new characters.
Yep.
So obviously you complained about the dad more than anything, who obviously does the voice for Entei as well.
Yeah.
He said it.
He's a bit it just doesn't suit him, and it just doesn't fit the animation, I guess.
Because
sounds very weird.
Because obviously, as I was saying to you, it feels like they're just basically trying to just replicate the Mewtwo or Lugia type menacing sort of
deep
voice. So it's obviously just like a hack and slash, like copy and paste sort of job.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. I just think the whole Entei stuff in this doesn't work in general.
No,
Entei's nothing like this, and I've just used him in the worst like possible way.
Movie. Yeah. Like, the person who made the Pokemon movies, he was trying to convey like a story during them, but this one's one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I think I don't think the plot's very good.
No,
it's very weak in terms of that. As I say, I'm not a big fan of the fake Entei bull crap, but I will say I do like the whole rescue mission side plot when they're trying to get into the.
Yeah,
I do like that, and obviously they say one by one they get into battles, which I do like. I'll give them credit there. I do like the rescue side of the plot, but everything else is just a bit.
I'd say this one's more battle orientated.
I think I made my point.
Yeah. It's a lot more battle orientated.
Yeah, compared to the last. Yeah. There's a lot more. There's a lot more like sort of actual proper like 3-on-3 battles more than anything.
Yeah. I'll see. Actually, get to see Ash's mum with Veronica Taylor doing a brilliant job of doing mother and son.
Exactly. She actually does something this time, not just sitting in a helicopter the entire time going, I hope Ash is okay.
And then just crashes and dies in the film. Until you see her scolding him at the end. Like, calm down, bitch. You just saved the fucking world.
That's what I mean as well with this. The stakes have dropped drastically compared to the last two. Because obviously the last one was the whole end of world plot.
If the one before that, this could have ended the world because it was crystallizing the town, but then it could have went further and further. We don't know.
Yeah, but I just don't think it was as end of world as the last one.
Mm.
To be fair, I don't mind them not having like an end of the world sort of plot, but then again, these Pokemon movies they really have to have this sort of really like serious sort of. If this gets out, it's all game over. That sort of plot for the fact that it needs to differ from the anime, which doesn't have that type of plot, apart from when Team Galactic come in and do their stuff. But other than that, it needs to try and differ that way. So it makes sense. But then again, I say it makes sense differing from that each time, because it'd be very like repetitive if each movie is end of the world, 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 end of the world. You get my point.
Damn, that was a nice little beat.
I say, just needed the in the background.
Yeah.
One thing I think you can agree on as well with this, Team Rocket, very underused. They even say it themselves. Hope we get a bigger role in the next movie.
And when they said that, I was thinking in my head, do they get a bigger role in the next movie?
I can't remember.
I don't think they do.
To be fair, they don't get massive roles in any of the movies, but they've usually...
They really should.
They usually have something that they do that's important, or you say comedic. So obviously in the last one, they helped Ash get to the island. The one before, they were there to relay the information of what's going on more than anything. Whereas this one, all they really did was chase after Ash and then just stop him from falling in one scene, that's it.
Yeah.
And then they just fucked off. And then stood watching all the cops at the end going, oh, you know what? We didn't catch any Pokemon this time.
They never fucking catch any Pokemon anyway.
Exactly, but I mean, they just underuse them so fucking much. And it's upsetting because they say Team Rocket's always like some of the best parts of Pokemon. Because they're always like the humorous, comedic bad guys. So it's a shame that they got underused drastically.
Yeah.
And you got to admit, the fucking obviously. It depends obviously how it translated in the Japanese version, but if they didn't say obviously that whole line of I wonder if you get a bigger role in the next one in the Japanese version. Do you reckon the fucking obviously when they dubbed it over, they're like they don't have a big role in this. We just like mock that sense of we're not needed here. You can literally just cut us out and we won't be missed. Bit like the Oak and Ash's mom side last time. You cut it out, won't be missed. It's that sort of presence within the movie. So
yeah, they really don't have a
But what I will say though is obviously the ending is a nice ending. Obviously all the characters get their ways. Obviously they're all happy. It's a happy ending basically.
Yeah.
It's not obviously
they all happy
exactly. But obviously that means nothing when the entire movie before that is poo poo. Or just not great. Because even if you have a good ending, you still have to have a good. Well, obviously, this is what an hour 10 was this movie.
I think so. That's what I put in my notes, but I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if that last 10 minutes is good. You need that first hour to be that same level of standards.
Yeah.
And this one is one that struggles drastically to keep that level of standard. It has moments throughout which are nice. They say the Pokemon battles, they're bullshit. Obviously, them obviously trying to rescue his mom. Ash having to battle this fake Entei. There's those moments that are good placed throughout, but the stuff in between those is not very good.
It's lacking. If you want to make a good, solid movie, you have to make sure it's a solid movie throughout the entire movie.
Exactly. Even if, say, like one bit dips slightly, like obviously we noticed in the last two, there is some moments that do dip, like one
the
or
rest
two.
Of the movie is
exactly,
decent.
But the rest of the hour 10, hour 20, because I think there was an hour 20 actually the last two. Or an hour 10, one more.
Yeah,
you get my point. Even
I
like
like an hour.
Yeah, I think it's about an hour 5, an hour 10 as well. But the second one was an hour 20, 30ish, something like that. But what I mean is, they had to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes that were a bit lacking. But they still had the other hour or so that kept up the standards. Whereas this, it has 10 minutes that's good, and it has these little moments, say like these couple of minutes throughout. So say altogether, it gets about like 25, 30 minutes that's good, but it still has 40 minutes that's not good.
Yeah.
And that can obviously that leads it down, which is obviously why neither of us massively like this movie.
Even back in the day.
And so when I first watched it, because obviously I think this was I want to say it was the third one I watched, but it might have been the fourth one. So I think I watched the Darkrai one. That was my first, like one of my early ones I watched. obviously it still wasn't as enjoyable as watching Pokemon the movie or Pokemon 2000. You get my point. It lacks in a lot of areas.
Yeah, the one thing that did make me laugh is the the way that Ash's mom reacts to Pikachu and then to her son. Just like, "Hey Pikachu, oh hi Ash." Just made me laugh. Like sometimes the little things are good, but like we said, yeah, it needs to really build it up.
Heck, even Ash's dad never made it into this movie. I mean, Mr. Mime.
He did.
Like a scene.
Yeah, a few scenes. Can I just talk about like how this film had like a good cameo?
Which one?
With Charizard.
Oh, because obviously by this point he'd gone, hadn't he, in the
Yeah,
anime? He wasn't part of...
during the anime, he's been into Charizard Valley because he's a tiny little Charizard, like my little Charizard here, very tiny, compared to the rest of them. But yeah, it's good that he's actually listening and actually cares. To fly all the way from like I don't know where it was.
Yeah, I'll get you. I'll get your point.
Or whatever. And yeah, it shows like it shows the love for Charizard at the very beginning of Pokemon.
I love that never died.
Yep.
The fact that it just milked and milked and milked.
Yeah, Charizard's titties are going to be very saggy soon. Going to be drying up and getting powder from them.
Another thing in my downside, I think the end credit song's lacking compared to the previous two.
Yeah, wasn't it a very sad song?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I love you or something like that. It's not as powerful as the previous two's end songs. Like even like I mean like the previous two as well. The volume of the end songs were quite like, obviously, getting really into. But this one's like really quiet, like I love you, some shit like that.
Can we talk about how her mum was still alive?
What do you mean?
Her mum was alive. She was in a fucking greenhouse. In the film, her mum is not seen during any of the film apart from pictures. So you're left to believe that her mum's dead. But then in the fucking end credits, you see her mum walk out of a fucking building. How fucking selfish can you be to leave your daughter alone while her dad is going off to like fucking ruins and that to explore? And then you just walk out of a fucking greenhouse like, oh, what's happening here? At the fucking end of the movie. You selfish fucking cow. When I saw her, I was just like, what the fuck? I thought she was fucking dead.
I think on that note, we should start doing the ratings because I think we've said our piece. I think we said enough about this movie.
And basically, Team Rocket at the end of the movie, before the credits start rolling, they basically just explain what the film was.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready for a rating?
Kill Molly before she's too dangerous. But yeah, I'm ready for the rating.
I'm gonna. I said obviously there's some moments that make it enjoyable, but overall it's a lacking of a movie. So I'm gonna give it 2 Typhlosions out of 5. I think that's generous.
I think we're really in sync because I put for my overall like when I watched it was like, it wasn't a bad movie as I remember. So I'm gonna give it 2 Slowpokes out of 5. I would have gave it 1, but the intro, like, and bringing back Charizard was worth the extra point, I think. Because the intro was really good. I really like it. But yeah.
I was going to give it 2.5, but after talking about it, I've just dropped it down to that 2. I was like, nope.
And there's me who upped it from a 1 to a 2.
Yeah, I think that covers everything here.
Yeah.
They
really don't care about Togepi during the movies, do they?
Nope. So we're gonna move on next week to Pokemon Forever. A much better movie than this one.
Ever. Wrong way. Forever. Wrong. Fuck. My hands are weird.
That's enough, Alex. Goodbye.
Bye.